Welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Blaylock.
Do I need to sing my part?
You can if you like.
And I am your host, Adam Peddle. And today we're going to be talking about the Blue Jays spring training.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah. So breaking down the spring training, guys. For those who haven't seen our minute monologues, we've been recapping the games. We're going to be breaking it down for you, everything up to date. But before we get into it, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment, like down below, notification bell, ring that. And as well, guys, if you like sports betting, you got to hop onto Monkey Knife Valley. Use promo code today, Jays, to get up to 100% of your first deposit back, up to $50. Blue Jays, baseball, it's all coming back, so make sure you guys jump on Monkey Knife Fight and get that betting going.
Yes.
All right, now that that's over with, Blue Jays, they have been a fun team to watch, Not on, we only get to see one game.
Oh my God.
But we've had to look at our phones.
Oh my God.
And the game tracker.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. I mean, guys, how do you guys feel about that whole thing?
It
how
sucks,
do you feel about
dude.
that
It
thing, man?
sucks, man. I mean, the one cool thing is that, like, I feel like I'm really evaluating their pitching, and taking balls and strikes and whatever, because it's like, it's almost as if, you know how people say, like, oh, like, if you go blind, your hearing gets a lot better, your smell gets a lot better. It's like, I feel like that's what we're having right now. Like, one of my senses is gone.
Yeah.
So, like, my analytical sense of where the pitch is exactly and what they're throwing is, like, heightened right now.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's all you really have to go off of. But honestly, that's a really good way of when you really watch baseball, focusing on where the pitch is going, what pitch is it, who is it going to, where's the movement too? Like, how is the ball moving in which direction? That stuff is like really, really important when you're looking into the deep part of the game. When you're just watching the game, you get lost. You know, I tune out all the, like, I'll focus for like the first inning, like hard first 2 innings, and then I kind of fall away. You
can slip into the couch beer land.
Exactly. I'm just watching, like, oh, someone hit. You know, everyone does it all the time, but. You know, then you come back around the ninth. But at least we got to analyze these guys in a way that we normally wouldn't have.
And that is the one beneficial thing about this, is that it literally is just all numbers. And if you guys don't know what we're talking about about how on MLB they have this lovely little strike zone thing. I
believe it's like Game Day or something. Or
yes, it's under Game Day, and it shows the zone, and it shows like a little like heat map of where like the batter likes it or whatever. Yeah. And then they have they'll show the pitches, so you know, a curve and it's a ball, and you know, you'll watch it as it happens. So that's what we're talking about right now.
But let's talk about what's actually happened for those guys.
I was just about to say
nice.
That today, when I was watching that little strike zone map, we got to see SWR.
Yes.
Simeon Woods Richardson, and we also got to see Alek Manoah. What are some of your thoughts after watching that little heat map? And again, you know, limited 2-inning sample size from a lot of them.
Right, exactly.
What are your initial thoughts?
But we got to
Tell me your thoughts.
We got to break it down any way possible. My initial thought, honestly, with SWR, like, again, it's early spring training, mistakes can happen, but I think he was being a bit too fine on the edges. Yes. He threw 28 pitches, only 14 of which were strikes. That's literally 50% strikes, which isn't horrible, but you definitely want to see a bit more attacking, especially early on in spring training.
I got the feeling that he was trying a bit too hard.
Yeah, like he was trying to be an elite prospect and showing himself a bit, which completely opposite. I want to jump back to Manoah too, but complete opposite of him was Robbie Ray, a veteran guy who said, I know what I got to do early on in spring training, and that is find the strike zone, who threw in his first outing on Monday 26 pitches, 24 strikes with 2 strikeouts.
Dude, that's the veteran right there.
That's the veteran.
Robbie Ray said, fuck it. This is for me. This isn't for anyone else.
Exactly.
This is spring training. Robbie Ray, am training. And I know that in my personal process, it is best to start with the zone, know where it is, because
just find it.
Like, that is what is most important, you know?
Yeah.
When I was watching that game, I was like, oh, damn, he's throwing it down the middle every time. But then I was like, wait a second. Robbie Ray never can even hit that on a regular day.
Because the thing is, like, you got to find where the strike zone is. You got to get that feeling of, because it's a very fine line between a ball and a strike, you know, at that elite level. So if you got to find the zone, once you find that, now throughout the season, you can refine that.
Well, and you can get cute with painting the edges later.
And the thing is, yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, you can get cute, but you don't force the cuteness. It happens naturally because once you find that rhythm, and now you have your catcher setting up in that outside corner or the inside corner, wherever you want to find the edge. You're just playing catch with the mitt now. You're not trying to hit the edge. Now you've been practicing hitting that mitt, and now the catcher is going to help you guide you to an excellent quality start.
Yes, you know, it's less about the batter and more about just, you know, playing catch with my guy. And you know, circling back to Simeon Woods Richardson, it really felt like he was focusing on the batter. And who the fuck can blame him? Yeah. I mean, in his first outing, he goes up against DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Judge, Aaron Hicks in his first three guys.
Stanton afterwards.
That is pretty bloody intimidating. Yeah. So I understand that the man was probably shitting bricks.
And it's his first spring training appearance. You want to always do something special. You see it all the time. But, like, you know, if you are watching SWR, trust your stuff, man. Like, I know you're excited. Obviously, I'm not a big league guy, so you're taking advice from me would probably be not a smart thing to do. But trust your stuff, man. We know you can do it.
And let's also qualify that by saying he pitched 2 innings, they were scoreless, and he got a strikeout.
You can't even complain about that.
So in the end, we're picking hairs.
We're picking hairs, right? One guy who I can't pick too many hairs about, and that is the guy who came in after him, was Alek Manoah, another one of our prospects, number 5 in our system, actually right behind.
That guy, we should DFA him.
Yeah, okay, so here's the story. So Yankee fans, so in Alek Manoah's start, in the 4th inning, he hit Aaron Judge on the second pitch of the at-bat. Obviously, we don't know what the situation was. I'm assuming it's definitely not intentional because, like, what? There's no history there. Like, this guy's literally a rookie. So obviously not intentional. But then Yankee fans started to go on to Alek Manoah's Instagram page, calling him trash, you know, saying, like, you know, find the strike zone, you're garbage, get DFA'd. So I actually messaged being like, you know, to give him a little bit of support. I was like, you know, Alek, you pitched a gem today. Canada, you're making Canada proud. And someone replied to me being like, no, like, this guy, you should not be proud of this guy. This guy should be DFA'd, like, he's garbage or whatever. Anyway, so they're a little bit salty right now for hitting Aaron Judge.
Okay, I really think, and I'm going to give the Yankee fans, like, I disagree with what they did, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that they are probably like, it's like, if Aaron Judge is a newborn baby and they are the mother and they're like, he's been injured so many times, no one touch him. They're very hypersensitive to Aaron Judge.
I mean, we saw Vladdy get hit by a pitch, although not same injury history, but still.
Dude, I was like, oh my God. Are you okay, guy?
Yeah.
He's okay.
You know what I mean? But we know it's not intentional, but their reaction is to, like, attack the guy who did it. Like, come on, guys. I'm sorry, if you're a Yankee fan out there,
definitely lame.
That's ridiculous. But getting to his start, Alek Manoah, 4 strikeouts, only letting up 1 hit, a hit by pitch, and he topped out at 97 in his fastball. So awesome. After he hit Judge, he struck out 3 next batters: Hicks, Stanton, and Torres.
Nice.
So awesome. Good work. Other pitching notes. Anthony Kay had an awesome outing.
I was happy with Anthony Kay. That was the one start that we got to watch.
We actually got to see.
And I was super happy with what he was doing, man. I feel like he's going to be somebody that can compete for that 5th, maybe even that 4th spot. And yeah, I mean, I would be so happy knowing if we could get 2 starters out of that trade for Stroman.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. K, and if SWR becomes starters, absolutely. I feel like we would look back on that and be like, oh my gosh, we totally fleeced them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, like, yeah, Stroman, if we kept him around now, he's going to be expensive, but he is a good quality starter. But getting K and Simeon Woods Richardson,
it's looking decent now. It's looking decent.
I think we have a little bit of an upper hand on that trade. And I remember Mets fans didn't want that trade anyways because they knew how good K and Simeon Woods Richardson are. But K had an awesome outing. He got 2 strikeouts. Nothing to complain about there. And then finally, the last starter of the whole kind of spiel is Matz with 2 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. Good to see. That's what we heard that he is. He's supposed to be a strikeout guy, and if he can get through that first inning, he's going to be good.
Yes.
Obviously, I didn't see the pitch tracker. Did you see the pitch tracker at all?
I'll be honest. I did. I missed that one on Steven Matz.
Me too. Working.
Working
Is what it was.
But obviously the numbers, when you look at them, they're good. And like you said, and we heard this from Mets fans, I think even Wardy NYM was talking about this and saying that, like this is a guy where his stuff can be good. Yeah. His stuff can be good. But you have to make sure that he can get warmed up and get in the rhythm of the game, because oftentimes he can come out and it's a different guy, you know. It's like it's his twin brother, like Steven Matz, you know, and it's just like we're totally fucking up.
He can't find the strike zone.
Exactly,
because he didn't establish it early on in his career in spring training. I don't know if that's true or not, but you can't find the strike zone.
I don't want to see Steven Matz. I want to see Steven Matz, bro.
Why Matz? Why did you select?
Because my brain was like Steven Trash, but then I was like, it's his twin brother, like Steven Trash.
That's close enough to rhyme.
Close enough. I feel like I should have mixed up the first name, because if they are twin brothers, then they have the same last name. That's the stuff that's gonna keep me up at night. So anyways, he looked good, and I'm happy about that. So across the board, I would say that our starters are doing relatively things that we like. We still haven't seen Ryu yet, and I heard that they are holding off. They don't want to pitch him against the Yankees or an AL East team, which is nice.
I think it's going Friday.
That's what I heard. Yeah, that's what I heard. Who are we playing Friday? Do you know?
Good question. I do not know.
Let me pull that up.
So many different guys. Yeah, pull that up. And I'll just kind of throw in a little bit of blemishes. AJ Cole got his first blown save of the spring in his first outing, giving up 2 earned runs. Hopefully he bounces back from that. And other little notes. Romano and Barucki. Romano hitting 99 on the fastball, and Barucki hitting 98 on the fastball.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
We're playing Baltimore on Friday, so that is an AL East team, but I feel like Toronto's just like, fuck it. We don't care.
Yeah, get Ryu some nice easy reps.
Yes.
Nothing challenging.
I agree, dude. I definitely agree. I'm excited to see him. See his strike zone, because obviously we can't watch it.
I think the next game's on March
21st.
21st.
I thought that
there was. They updated it.
Did they?
Then. Yeah, I think it's March 12th. I don't know if it's gonna be by Rogers Broadcasting or like Sportsnet.
I really don't care.
It doesn't matter. I do not care either.
Show me, bro.
Just show me the game.
Yeah, dude.
Or at least let me listen to the game. At least let me listen.
Was there no radio broadcast for this one?
None.
My God.
We had him for Monday, but not Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday's today when we're recording this.
It's like it didn't even happen, dude. They could be lying to us. It's like a whole conspiracy theory. This game never was played.
However, they do have social media stuff shown.
They staged it. Yeah, they staged it, bro. It's the fucking moon landing all over again. I do think that we went to the moon. Well,
I think so too. I haven't looked into it as.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not. I know nothing about this.
I'm just like,
that seems like a lot of work to stage that.
Yeah, I mean, like, and what are you getting? Just like notoriety? I don't know.
Yeah. Like, what's your motive?
Yeah, like, they just want to beat the Russians, but like. Bro, like that's like a lot. That's like a lot to fake it.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. This all seems pretty shady to me, but
I don't know. But I think this all happened.
I really want to see them in person, and there's a couple guys that if we do see them in person, I will be looking out for. One of them is Rowdy freaking Tellez, bro. Rowdy.
That is one person we have gotten to see in the first 2
games. And he's like fucking dominant.
And he's awesome. He's 3 for 4. He's 3 for 4 to start the spring. Amazing.
Certified stud.
With 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored.
Jesus.
I mean, what a better start can you ask for this spring?
Well, you know what? If you want to, like, this is the pitch. This is the resume. This is the This is when you walk into the meeting and they're like, okay, so tell me, why do you deserve this job? And he says, this is why. And the job I'm referring to is DH, you know?
Like getting more reps than Grichuk.
It's Grichuk, bro. It's Grichuk.
Because our outfield's locked in. It's going to be... Excuse me. It's gonna be Tio. It's gonna be Gurriel. It's gonna be Springer.
Right.
And then we got Grichuk and Tellez fighting over those reps in DH. So, I mean, we haven't even seen Grichuk.
Well,
yet.
Here's the thing. I've always thought that if they were gonna use Grichuk, then Tio would become the DH. Is how I would do things.
You mean like use him in the outfield?
Yes, yes, because Tio's defense is subpar that we know. So yeah, I mean, he is. That's what I think Tellez is playing for right now. He needs to overexceed that with the bat and prove that, hey, you know what? Not only are you going to lose out on Grichuk's defense, but my bat is so good that this is why you should have me.
And to add a defense to that, Charlie Montoya has said that Grichuk is going. He's told Grichuk he's going to be playing every day, whether that means coming off the bench, whether that means starting. Don't know what that means.
I don't see how he could possibly play every day.
I think you and I are on the. I don't see either. Maybe as a defensive replacement, maybe, but I would much rather. I think we're both on the same page. I'd much rather see the bat of Tellez in the lineup than the potential defensive ability of Grichuk. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, I think I would sacrifice the defense if assuming that Tio's in the DH spot, like pushing out Rowdy, and then Grichuk's gonna play. I'd rather take Tio's defense, because he did have a couple nice moments last year. I think I want to try him out there again. Tio's defense and Rowdy's bat in the DH spot over that other option.
I think that by April 1st, if Rowdy Tellez is, still kicking ass, like we're looking at a guy who's got like a 400 average right now and an OPS over 1, then you have to play him. You have to play him and put him in the lineup. I'm not convinced that Rowdy is some stud over the course of 162 games. I'm not convinced of that yet.
Okay.
But I am convinced that he has more upside than Grichuk does.
Absolutely.
Because I know exactly what Grichuk is.
Absolutely.
Grichuk is going to be a guy who gives you an OPS of like 770, and on his best year ever, get 30 home runs. Rowdy could definitely be better than that. I'm not saying that he will be, but I'm saying that if he's still being hot at the end of spring training, we have to at least give him the opportunity and then wait until he starts hitting 220 in regular season, and then you pull him out and you put Grichuk back in there.
I think the important thing is to look at is his OPS numbers, and I think he, like, overall hitting, like, across the board in all stats, I think he's got, like you said, agreeing with you, way more upside in all categories. The home run numbers, I obviously too. I think so too. I just love his bat way too much, and like we got a taste of it last year before he went down with an injury. And I truly think he's ready. This is the time when a player he wants to prove it again. I want to see him play every day. And guys, let us know in the comments, who would you rather have? Just a little blurb in there, not the end of the video, but who would you rather have, Rowdy or Grichuk? We haven't seen Grichuk yet, so it'll be interesting to see. I haven't heard anything.
For an everyday player,
where
Montoya, where the fuck is this everyday player?
Maybe he's taking a little bit longer. Maybe he got there late.
That's
Who knows?
true. We only saw Tio for the first time today. He
went 0 for 2. I mean, again, you can't take anything from that. I think the only one I did know exactly how he hit was his first at bat. He popped up to third base, which we can't really take anything from that.
We didn't see it, bro. We don't know anything about this.
Nothing. But what other kind of bats do you have on your mind that you're happy about?
Okay. Who I'm very happy about is Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Absolutely.
And I have been on this guy's train like forever.
Absolutely.
Forever. I feel like I've been like in this guy's corner, and I really think, man, if we can just be given that trust, if Montoya can say, hey, you know what? I trust you. We trust you, man. That he's going to be an elite player on this lineup, dude.
I agree. I'm just checking where he's batted, because I think he's been batting fourth, right?
Well, at least in the last game, he batted fourth.
Right.
I think in the first game, it was fifth.
Right.
But in that in the second game he played, it was fourth.
Totally good.
Fifth Yeah, that is at least, bro. I don't want anything lower than that. I've always thought, personally, I thought that Lourdes would make an excellent guy in the second spot. I thought that he would be great there. Right. I don't think that Montoya agrees with me on that.
I think it's a bit crowded now, especially when you have... well, I would definitely want to get to this topic a little bit. I want to finish the Gurriel topic, but I think it's a little bit crowded now when you should have George Springer and Biggio. I think it gets a little bit crowded. So him being anywhere between like 3 and 5 is perfect. He has to be in that heart of the order because overall, you know, we're talking about Rowdy being an overall great hitter. Gurriel's a step up. And actually, I went to the archives. I was looking up like Blue Jay interviews, and Cavan Biggio did an interview with John Boy Media last spring training.
Nice.
And they asked him, who would you say is the most underrated player on the team? And he said, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. This guy can win an MVP. He doesn't get enough credit because everyone looks at, you know, MLB looks at him, Biggio, Bo, and Vlad as the guys. But Gurriel kind of gets snuffed. He equally, if not better,
dude. Some of those guys. Yeah, dude. He is, in my opinion, the most complete player that we have.
Yeah.
And he has been for a minute, you know. It's like there's question marks surrounding every other guy, but I feel like with him, and it was, I don't know if you guys remember this, but it was when he got sent down to the minors like 2 years ago.
2019.
Yeah. And then they brought him back up, and ever since that point, he's been a different guy.
They put him in the outfield because he was in his head early on in the season.
Yeah.
He admitted that he was focused way too much on his fielding. And you know, he was playing second base. And everyone was always like, oh, second base is so easy. Just put him there. But yeah, he makes way more sense in the outfield. He literally was nominated for a Gold Glove.
You could tell that he was comfortable in that position. And it shows with the bat as well. Like, you know, I personally, I mean, and we're talking about ideal lineups here. Like, I would consider putting him like where they have him right now, like 4th, 5th, even 3rd, you know, put him there, sandwich him between like a Biggio and a Bichette in that 3rd spot. Because I really think that he is a complete guy for us. So I'm super happy that he started out of the gate hot, and that is really awesome, man.
And another guy, I want to talk about Bichette a little bit, just because you mentioned Bichette being, you know, you sandwiching between him. I don't know. I feel like I'm really bought in this year of Bichette being our 3 guy. Because you think about Bichette, you know, you think superstar. You immediately think superstar, and where do superstars play? In the 3 spot.
That's true,
right? So I'm bought in with Bichette batting, and I did like him in the 2 spot last year. I did, but I mean, now that we got George Springer, and we should have Cavan Biggio in the number 2 spot, it just makes sense for Bichette.
Dude, they're pitching him like he's a superstar.
Exactly. They're avoiding him.
They don't want to throw Bichette strikes. And what I love right now, what I'm seeing out of him, and this is what we have been echoing over this offseason and in last season, was when they're going to pitch you like that, don't swing, bro.
Don't. Yeah,
when they're gonna pitch you outside, don't swing.
Since we've been watching the pitch tracker, they've been pumping Bichette away. And he hasn't been offering at it. He has not been offering at it unless it's 2 strikes. And actually, in 2 strikes, he's been very disciplined and good eye. He's earned himself 3 walks in the 2 games that he's played.
Dude,
not a single hit, but
0 hits with a 750 OPS.
Yeah. Incredible. You know? I mean, you already have a 750 OPS and you haven't even put the ball in. Well,
eventually, they are going to be forced to pitch you a strike because they're going to say, okay, our scouting report is no longer working on this guy. He refuses now to swing at these pitches. We can't just walk a guy every single time. I have to throw him a strike now. And Bichette is talented enough to hit it. This is what we were waiting for. You need to be selective, and that's what turns you into a superstar.
Absolutely. Yeah, they got to start coming inside on this guy, giving him the pitches that he wants. What else are another guys I like? Toss it out there. Biggio. Really good. Biggio went 1 for 3 on Sunday with an RBI double. And this is another thing that we noticed in the game when watching live is Biggio's thing was his 2-strike approach was poor. I'll admit it. It was poor last year. Great eye, but a poor 2-strike approach. What I mean by that is when he gets to 2 strikes, his ability to foul off pitches and shorten up the swing and just put the barrel on the ball was poor. On 2 strikes, when he got his RBI double, It was on 2 strikes, 0-2. It was an outside breaking pitch, and he drilled it to left center field for an RBI double.
I feel like sometimes Biggio, when he's on 2 strikes, he thinks that he's still living in like 0-0 land right now. Yeah. Like
he can take.
Like I can take this. Like I'm so talented with my eye that I can take this. And you are, bro. Most of the time you are. But sometimes you're wrong. You're human, and sometimes you're wrong.
Sometimes, well, honestly, like he has been called out on some like shitty outside pitches. But here's the thing: if a pitcher hits a spot and the catcher's set up properly, and the ump's feeling himself today, boom, you're gone. It's just straight up.
Exactly,
that's what it comes
dude.
down to.
And especially when you're pitching or when you're facing a guy who is considered to be an elite pitcher in the game,
Yeah.
Like even if they miss by a bit, that's still going to be called a strike. And I have seen him too, even when it is a clear strike, just take that thing, and you can't be doing that on 2 strikes. So I'm very happy to see that he is changing that approach. It feels like right now, a lot of the core hitters are aware of what their problems are and are trying to rectify it.
That's excellent.
And that's excellent because last year, and maybe this is a comment on their youth, I felt like the problems were so overtly clear that I'm screaming at the television right now. But it's falling on deaf ears, and they're not doing anything.
And it's also because they're in the middle of a season too, and it's like every day they're in this routine, so they're just getting their reps in. They're not trying to change their mechanics or change their approach because you could be slumping, and you're like, okay, now I have to change something. I got to change something. But they weren't. They weren't slumping. What I mean by slumping is like you go for like over 42. It's a short enough season where like you can't really see that slump occurring, so you don't really have the time or the recognition that you are struggling with some certain problem. But that's what the off season's for. They look back at video. They have this all time in the world, and they're making the changes. And I'm very, very proud about that. All right, and glad that they're doing that. Now, speaking of Biggio, this is a hot topic. This is a really hot topic.
This is a hot topic for sure, man.
So Simeon has played 2 games. Biggio has played 2 games. Simeon has batted second in the lineup for both of those games. Biggio batted first when George Springer wasn't playing. But then when George Springer was playing in the 3rd game, Biggio found himself in the 6th hole. What are your thoughts about this?
I think Montoya's just being a dumbass like usual, bro. And like he said it afterwards. He said, I am a dumbass. No, he didn't say that, bro. He said, though, he was like, we're lengthening the lineup.
Yeah.
What do you mean lengthening the lineup? We have an on-base specialist here. This is what he does well. He's not an elite hitter. He's an average hitter at best. He is an elite.
You're referring to a Simeon?
I'm referring to Biggio right now.
Oh, Biggio's an average hitter at best.
Yeah.
Okay.
He is, however, an elite on-base guy, and you need those guys at the top of the lineup. So then when you have your elite hitters like Bichette, like Gurriel, like Tio, like Vlad, like Rowdy following behind, they will be able to bat him in. He shouldn't be in the 6th spot because I want somebody better at hitting back there. I want someone better at hitting.
I want OPS, like on base, man. That's what it's got to be. And the whole argument about, and I've said this last year, but I want to say it again for everyone who's new to the channel. The whole thing about lengthening the lineup is just pure dumb.
I don't understand what it means.
He's trying to get a lineup longer with quality hitters all throughout. But what doesn't make any sense is, bro, we have quality hitters all throughout.
Yeah.
Why are you putting our best quality hitter away and separated from our other quality hitters? You want to bunch people together who get on base, put them together in the top of the lineup. Simeon, yes, when Simeon in 2019, he batted in the top lineup. I think he batted leadoff for the most of the time for Oakland Athletics. Like, that guy was a 3rd in MVP votes that year. So yeah, that guy's a top lineup guy. But he had a down year last year. He's a 1-year rental this time. I don't think you move Biggio at all from the top part. You keep him there with George Springer, which, by the way, he said he really likes George Springer at top lineup. Not a single complaint about that.
That's fine.
Quality that he's played there his whole career.
Fine.
George Springer, it should be Kevin Biggio, who gets on base, works the count. Bichette, supposed to be all-star. And then it's T.O., Lourdes, Vladdy, Rowdy, Jansen, and Alejandro Kirk, and then Simeon. You put Simeon in that bottom spot because Simeon needs to work and earn his way up the lineup. You don't just, yes, I get it. He was a big $18 million deal, but you need to see him actually come and bounce back. Biggio, is going to put up those great on-base numbers, where Simeon, we have to wait, we have to see, and if he earns it, if he starts producing like he did in 2019, then sure. If Biggio's underperforming, sure, he earns a spot on top of the lineup, but not yet. I want to see Kevin Biggio starting in the second spot to start the season.
Let's not forget, we have Simeon for 1 year.
Right.
We're building the team around Kevin Biggio. We're not building the team around Simeon right now. I don't want to see him in the fucking second spot. I want to see our core pieces dominating this lineup, and that's what it means to bat at the top of the order. So I really hope that Montoya, gives his head a shake, figures that out, and realizes that Biggio should. I don't think he will.
Yeah,
is this going to be the problem again? Last year, it was Gurriel batting seventh.
Oh my
which
God.
is the most you do not bat your most complete hitter, a 300 hitter who is doing it. You do not bat him seventh when you have guys like Vladdy and other players slumping. It just you don't do it, and you bat Randall Grichuk
and Travis Shaw was batting third.
Fucking Shaw. I don't want to get on this again.
Oh my God.
I just let that
Guys,
all go.
I don't want this to be the story again.
Yeah, I don't want this to be Biggio's in the seventh spot.
Oh my God.
What?
Who is he getting on base for? Yeah, again, look, our lineup is a lot better than last year. At least we don't have Joe Panic, we do have him back, but he's not starting for us every day. At least, behind Biggio would be Rowdy and Alejandro Kirk and Jansen, and then whoever. But still, I want that guy on base for Lourdes and Bichette and Vladdy, and T.O.
I don't want to have to get upset about this again. I very clearly last year gave Montoya the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah,
because we had some problems with him. But I at the end of the season, I was like, okay, in the end, reflect. We made playoffs with a team that wasn't considered to be a playoff team entering that season. Mm-hmm. And, we were competing the whole time, and he got the best out of most guys.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, fair enough. We were winning.
Right.
But please, man.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me again.
I know.
Don't do this to me again.
And at the end of the day, putting a dude in one spot over the other won't make a significant difference in a game. It's just not the smartest decision. It's just, you got to clump your best hitters together, and the lineup is already long and talented enough that you don't need to overthink things.
And here's the thing. I, as a fan, am very passionate about this. Do not mess with my fanhood.
Don't mess
because I am very passionate about this.
Yes.
And I want to see my guys where I want to see my guys.
I absolutely want to, man.
I
don't know. I really hope he's over it, but I really hope he figures it out, but I don't think he will. Mm-hmm. Other than that, the last thing I really have is Austin Martin's getting playing time, so that's exciting.
Love to see it. He took 2 walks, did not get a hit, made a couple errors, but whatever, man.
He made a good play, too.
Yeah, in the end, I don't really expect to see Austin Martin not at all this year.
No.
In fact, I think that is exactly what Simeon was. He is a 1-year rental to bridge until Austin Martin is ready.
Yep.
So this is really it's whatever, man.
Yep.
Fuck up as much as you want.
Learn. Have fun.
Exactly.
Grow.
Have fun. Honestly, go out there and have some fun. Make some friends.
Make some buddies. He's already
train up.
He's already buddies with Bo. They knew
They
each other
should be,
back
dude.
from high
Like
school.
they look like carbon copies of each other.
Yeah,
like,
right?
Like it
But-
feels like they're the same guy.
Remember we talked with Christopher, Martin's dad. We had him on the show like a few months ago. He was like they knew each other.
Yeah, they
back in high
played
school.
together or something.
That's cool.
That's dope. You know,
Flow Bros, man.
well,
Flow
honestly,
Bros.
they do look very similar to each other, and I mean, I've from what I have heard, they are similar player types.
Five tool players.
Yes, exactly. You know, like both elite hitters, both
that's gonna
like
be dope.
shortstops at their respective positions.
That's gonna be dope when he comes up.
Yeah,
We're gonna have,
no,
like,
I
two
mean,
superstars.
absolutely, because then we can, say fuck off to Marcus Simeon and,
Yeah.
and have this homegrown elite come on. So.
Yeah. See, at that point, okay, maybe you put Bo down in the lineup because at that point it's like now we're clocked.
Or Biggio, do you mean?
Or sorry, yes, I meant Biggio. Yes, because like we're clocked. But we'll see what happens when we get there. Guys might be surprising this year.
Who knows?
Might blow up, might underperform. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about so far spring training. Let us know about the lineup. Let us know about what you think about these young pitchers maybe getting an opportunity. Comment down below and we'll chat with you guys.
Exactly. And you can check us out on Spotify, Breaker, Anchor, Radio Public, and Google Podcasts. Also, make sure to subscribe, like, comment down below, all of the stuffs. And if you want to win a jersey, then hop on to Monkey Knife Fight by using our code TODAYJays. The winner of the Blue Jays jersey, any jersey that you want, could be an Austin Martin jersey, will be announced on opening day, April 1st. Also relevant, we are going live on there later today. We are going live on there at 10 p.m. So if you join our relevant chat, the information is in the description. Then you can hop into and just chat with us. And TikTok, Twitter, blah, 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 blah. So many other platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, Patreon too. We're having our Wine on Wine tomorrow. I got to think about when we're scheduling these. But tomorrow will be our first Wine on Wine. We're going to be answering your questions from a box as well. We don't have a Patreon yet, but we're trying to get a Patreon on for next week. So if you do become a Patreon, it's $3 a month and you can actually come on the show, chat with us, have a good time, enjoy.
Chill out and be cool guys.
Be cool guys. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Go Jays, go.